Welcome to Espresso Jams, short, concentrated, delicious conversations about business, life, and more. And now, here's your host, Joe Matz.
Hello, everyone. Joe Matz here with another episode of Espresso Jams. And today I have the pleasure of having Carrie Stafford with us. Carrie Stafford is a business coach and helps business owners get unstuck and helps them move towards their goals and be productive and get done what they want to get done. And that's what she helps with. And we were talking the other day about anxiety and stress. And but there's no reason to have anxiety or stress today, or perhaps there's a lot of reasons. We know what's going on. But with that, I'd like to introduce Carrie Stafford to everyone.
Thank you so much, Joe. It's great to be here. Appreciate you having me on. Like you said, I am Carrie Stafford, and my business is From the Inside Out Coaching. And I do help small business owners not only grow their businesses, but reach goals like improving their work-life balance, minimizing distractions, and shifting their mindset so they can be more productive in their businesses.
I love the name From the Inside Out because it all happens on the inside, and then whatever's going on in here, it shows up, right? It shows up on the outside, doesn't it?
Exactly. It really
And
does.
what are some of the things that folks can do in this time to help, and I guess maybe for all time, right? To help with their anxiety and their stress.
So we're truly facing a mental health crisis in the US with the pandemic. Things are still anxious, they're uncertain, there's just a lot of stress and fears out there. But there are simple things we can do starting today to help combat some of that fear and anxiety. So I thought of three really effective ways to help shift your mindset to help cope with stress and anxiety. The first one is just simply taking some time for yourself. So take 10 to 15 minutes a day to turn off the screens and give yourself a chance to really decompress. So that could be taking a walk, taking some time to pray or meditate, doing some yoga, some stretching, or some deep breathing exercises. And it's amazing just giving your brain that extra oxygen that it needs can truly help you not only feel relaxed and less stressed out, but it can help you be more productive as well and give you more energy.
I would agree with that, Carrie. Absolutely. I mean, I'm a meditator. I've been a meditator for over 30 years. And I find that it does calm me and help center me. And if I don't have time for meditation, sometimes just a deep breath and let it out.
Right.
Yes, great. That's
Easy
great.
as
That's
that.
a great one. And you could do that right now. If you're listening, you could hit pause, do that right now, and then come back because we're going to talk about the second thing you could do right away.
The second thing that you can do is replace negative thoughts. So, negative thinking about ourselves, about others, about our circumstances can really drain our energy. And a negative mindset is just a breeding ground for stress and anxiety. So, first, we need to be aware that we have a choice in how we think. And, we don't always remember that. And so, with consistent practice, we can begin to replace negative thoughts with those that are more positive and more life giving. And so, our new thoughts will then shift our emotions and our energy, which will then begin to shift our behaviors and our actions, leading to increased productivity. So,
Hmm.
if you have a thought in your mind like, my boss is never going to change, there's nothing I can do, you can immediately stop and replace that with, I'm in control of how I respond to my boss. I'm going to choose how I respond each time. So just replacing that thought is monumental. It will
Yes.
shift your mindset, then shift your emotions around a situation, then shift your actions.
It really does. And I am not impervious to these flaws as I get into that negative thought. And I think of it like a train going down a track. Because once you get on that track, at least for me, one negative thought breeds another, brings on another. And I'm like, I've got to get off this track. and switch tracks to the
Exactly.
positive side. And that
Right. You've got to
mental
stop that
image,
cycle.
yeah, stop the cycle. And that mental image tends to help me. Okay, so we're moving right along here. What's the third thing someone could do?
The third thing you can do is to focus on others. And I learned this back at my days at Dale Carnegie training years ago, but it really works. So we can, when we take the focus off of ourselves and our own, negative thoughts and stress and things like that, and do something good for others, that really helps us to break the cycle, to stop ruminating on our own negative thinking, and just feel good about how we're positively impacting the lives of others. So focusing on someone else or others really helps to shift your mindset, and helps increase your productivity when you're positively impacting the lives of others.
Yes, I think that's so big because it's not all about us, right?
Right.
It's about everything and everybody. That's great. I found that if I'm in a rush, when I used to drive to meetings, seems like a long time ago, and I was in a rush, if I let someone go in front of me, I took the time to breathe and I let someone go, gave the right of way when I didn't have to. It made me feel calmer. And it might have cost me 10 seconds, but it made me feel so much better. Just a little thing.
Just right. It may only take a few seconds out of your day. It's the little things that can have the biggest impact. You're right.
Yes. Yes, I think so. Well, that's great. Great. I love the three impact actions that someone can take today. It's very relevant and very quick, and it's not hard to do. So,
Absolutely.
Carrie, normally I ask, what could someone take away from this conversation and do today? And I think we talked about that. Um, so here's what I'd like to ask. If someone would like to get in touch with you, if they'd like more information about what you do and how you might be able to assist, how can they do that?
Sure. You can email me anytime it's Carrie at theinsideoutcoach.com, Carrie at theinsideoutcoach.com. And you can find me on my LinkedIn page. Just type in Carrie Stafford. And I also have a Facebook page, From the Inside Out Coaching. So any of those places. And honestly, the thing you really need to be aware of, and you can do right now, is realizing that you do have a choice in your thinking, realizing that you have a choice. You don't have to be stuck in a negative cycle of thinking.
Yeah, I think that's
That's
so
the biggest
important.
thing.
I remember a book, and I think it was Stephen Covey who came up with this, or who I remember saying it. Between action and reaction, there's a pause. You have the chance to pause. And I think that's a
Exactly.
lot of what you're talking about with the deep breath, with the changing the track. You don't have to respond the way you've always responded.
Right. And that's yes, reaction versus responding. So reaction is immediate, but responding, you do take a pause and then respond. So just remembering to pause before you do respond, instead of reacting, choose to respond. Right.
In your own thinking and not only the
Right.
action in your own way of thinking. Yes. That's so great. Powerful stuff, Carrie. Thank you very much for being with us this morning.
Thank
And
you so much, Joe. I really appreciate it.
my pleasure. Thank you. Hope you come back later. We'll do another one. It's been great talking with you.
I will. Thanks.
Bye now.
Have a
Bye
good
bye.
week. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. You too. Bye bye.